In this video, we're going to work through the two examples that we did in class. So calculating a running total of prices of items that you buy at the store, and then calculating the number of, or counting rather, the number of times that you roll a specific face on a six-sided die. So I'm going to create another Python file in my current project by right-clicking on my analytics project, choosing File, and let's call this running total.py. So from here, what I'm going to do is first ask the user for the price of an item. So in order to do that, we'll declare a variable price. We'll set it equal to 0.0 because we're going to be using it later as part of the running total. So to get input from the user, we're going to say price is equal to, we have to use float because it's going to have parts to it. So float input, enter the item price, after which we're going to set the total equal to the current total plus the price that was just added. Let's get rid of that. And we'll also declare total up here so we can set its value equal to 0 to start. At this point, we're going to ask the user if they have another item. So notice we haven't set up our loop yet. So we'll say answer is equal to input, do you have another item, yn. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up a conditional. So we'll set up a variable called done. That's a Boolean, and set it equal to false for now. So if they answer no, then we're going to set done to true. So if answer is equal to, notice it's the double equals, equal to n, colon, then we're going to set done to true. When it's all said and done, we're going to print your total is, set up the $ plus the total converted to a string. So at this point we don't have a while loop going, but we can set one up easily where the condition is while done is equal to false. We'll keep running everything. So our while loop will be while done is equal to false. Then we'll do all of these things. So in order to indicate that that's what we want to do, Python's based on the indentation, so we're going to indent everything that belongs to that while loop. And at this point, we are done. So now if I run it, choose Python run, enter the item price, let's say it's 10. Do you have another item? Yes. Enter the item price, is 2. Do you have another item? I'm going to say no. And then it gives me the current total. So what we have here is a Boolean condition for continuing to run the loop, and we're calculating a running total and then sharing the final answer at the end. So let's leave that one for now. I'm going to make another file, right click on the project, go to new file. Let's call this one dicerolls.py. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to use a random generator to generate a random number 1 through 6 that will represent rolling the dice. So the first thing we have to do is import stuff from random. So from random import, we're going to import everything. So import star. Make sure you save as you go along. Now, what we're going to do is first ask the user how many times they want to roll the dice. So, because we're going to not hard code the number of dice rolls, we're going to ask the user. So we'll say max rolls is equal to input how many times will you roll the dice. And then what we'll do is set up a for loop to iterate through 0 up to 1 before the number of max rolls. So for I in the range of 0 up to the max rolls. Now we're going to roll the dice. So we're going to make a new variable. Roll is equal to the randomly generated number, so rand int 1 through 6. And so what this is doing is it's going to roll the dice, the number of max rolls. So if you say roll it 10 times, it'll roll 10 times. So this will take on 10 different values. Now what we want to do is, just for this example, we're going to count the number of times that a 1 is rolled. So anytime we want to keep track of something, in this case we have to make a new variable for it. So we'll say ones is equal to 0 to start. This is going to represent the number of ones rolled on the dice. Okay, so now we have a condition that if the current value of roll after it's rolled is equal to, notice it's the double equals, is equal to 1, then we're going to increment the variable once. So if we roll it the first time, it'll be ones equals 1 plus 1. So it'll be the value equal to the current value, so 0 plus 1. If we roll a 1 the second time, ones will be equal to 1, so it'll be 1 plus 1, and then the current total will be 2. So at this point, this will take care of counting all the number of ones. Now we can share the results. So make sure you're not indented. We can print ones colon plus, let's convert it to a string so it'll play nice with print. Now if I run it, how many times will you roll the dice? Let's say 10. Cannot be interpreted as an integer. What do I do? Okay, Python can be really sensitive sometimes, so what we need to do, we're getting this error, is make sure that it interprets max rolls as an integer. So what we're going to do is put, if you get that error, just put int around max rolls, that it will cast it properly. And now when we run it, it should work. So how many times we roll the dice? Let's say 100. We rolled 15 ones. You can do it for even more. How many times you roll? 1,000. We rolled 176 ones.